What's up, everyone? I'm Billboard Chris. It's New Year's Eve. I'm out on the streets of Vancouver, BC, having one conversation at a time about the greatest child abuse scandal in the history of modern medicine. 2025 is going to be a fantastic year, and possibly the best day of the year is going to be September 13th. I'm going to be in London, England, joining Tommy Robinson, who should be out of prison and out of solitary confinement by then, where he's been locked up for using his voice. And we're going to have a rally for freedom of speech, because what's going on in the United Kingdom is totally out of control. September 13th, pencil it into your calendar. Join us. I'm sorry, what's your problem? Why do you want to sterilize kids, man?
Sterilize kids? I want my niece to feel like she can be alive. Well, I don't want that.
Oh, you don't. Too bad. You don't get a choice.
I don't get a choice.
Back up. I'm not playing either.
You're playing with other people's lives though, okay?
I'm gonna keep having these conversations, and I don't care how many motherfuckers like you try to stop me with your fucking violence.
You're a tough guy.
Doesn't matter to me.
Proud of yourself, huh?
Keep it fucking going.
Proud of yourself, huh? I got a weapon too. Fuck you, huh?
That was fun.
The party that's supposedly about peace and tolerance seemed to be using a lot of violence lately. It's funny because I remember when this happened like 14 years ago and I was actually on their side, but the Democrats and the Libertarians started to team up because the Democrats would say these people just want to live their lives with freedom, and because Libertarians tend to be about freedom, they were all for it and they teamed up with the Democrats to give people more liberties. And as soon as the Democrats got into power, it took 10 years, but we went from same-sex marriage to there's no such thing as gender. Now they're to the point where they'll use force if you have a different opinion, and they'll justify using force by saying they're on the good side. Any man that's angry about not being able to sterilize kids is a sick man.
It's the video that's gone viral. Seal Beach police say 3 women were caught on camera stealing from an Ulta beauty store earlier this month. Police say they stole more than $1,600 worth of items. All 3 women are from Southern California and between the ages of 24 and 26. They tried to get away in the parking lot, but police quickly detained them.
New laws. Stealing is a felony. And this is Orange County. They don't play. That's why I asked what county is this. That's where I went to jail last year and got on probation for a year for stealing out of Target.
The women were also linked to a theft at a nearby Kohl's store. The alleged crime comes shortly after California's Prop 36 took effect. The new law creates stricter penalties for organized theft.
I guess California finally decided to do something about theft. They realized that if you decriminalize stealing, more people will steal. I mean, just look at their level of comfortability. They walking out the store like they bought the stuff.
Victim who was stabbed in the throat by a maniac at Grand Central Station says no one came to her aid, just froze. Real mystery. Wonder why no one helped.
Islands. Biden has spent over 532 days on vacation during his 4-year term. Compared to the average American, he took 48 years worth of vacation in just 4 years. Let that one sink in, everybody.
To be fair, Trump did spend a lot of time golfing and tweeting. Regardless of political opinion, just don't forget that our government lied to us for 3 years about our president's cognitive decline, and they call you far right for just suggesting that it's weird that he can't put together a sentence. They took a corpse and then gift wrapped it in a suit for 3 years and then spearheaded us into funding 2 different wars. If that isn't proof that there's something wrong with our government, I don't know what is.
It is time for our generation-defining great works. How about stopping climate change before we destroy the planet and getting millions of people involved, manufacturing and installing solar panels? We get that our greatest challenges need global responses too. No country can fight climate change alone or prevent pandemics. Progress now requires coming together, not just as cities or nations, but also as a global community.
After lecturing us about the importance of climate change, Mark Zuckerberg bought a $300 million yacht that burns 500 gallons of gas per hour. But of course, you using your Ford Focus to get to and from work because that's all you have time to do anymore is the problem.
This is the soccer team that just cannot be beaten. The Flying Bats. They play in the women's competition in Sydney, but they have 5 male-born players, and no one can get near them. The latest score, Flying Bats 12, their opposition 0. And have a look at their success this year. They're undefeated in 13 games, and they've scored 59 goals and only conceded 3. They've scored 26 more goals than the team sitting in second place. No one is able to get anywhere near them. Kirly Smith is a vocal campaigner trying to protect women's sport.
Ben, it's absolutely extraordinary. These guys, some of them are more than 6 foot. They're in their 30s. They're playing against girls who are under 18. I'm now facing court cases 7, 8 and 9 for calling out some of these males in female competition. The anti-discrimination law in this country is absolutely appalling when women can't defend female sex-based rights at the threat of legal action.
The numbers are just out of this world. This year, they've only conceded 3 goals, but they have scored 59 goals. They're undefeated in 13 games.
And they're also destroying these women for prize money in these tournaments, so there's also financial incentive. But you know, men have warned about this for years now, and these policies are predominantly supported by women. So at what point are men just gonna go, If you want to go out there and compete against somebody who's 6'3" with a 5 o'clock shadow and hands the size of a damn baseball glove because you believe there's no difference between men and women, it is what it is.
Oh, this is absolutely bonkers. You gotta watch this. Look at this. So it's 1938. All this time we're spending through the years as Americans. Family was such an important figure in our life. Friends are still at the hierarchy. We went to school. Good thing that's changing. College and school. You don't need that Rockefeller education. But yeah, check this out. It's just absolutely bonkers. 1975. Now it's about the time I was born. Seeing a huge shift, kerplunk, family going down, and then we see this. Oh my God, the internet, the matrix going up like crazy. All of this time we're wasting on our devices, disconnected from family.
They were showing the difference between liberals and conservatives right now. This is wild. 76% of single women are Democrats and 56% of them are on psych meds. Because they seem fucking crazy to me.
Whoa.
You know what I'm saying? That makes sense. It makes sense.
I believe in the Constitution. I believe in the freedom of speech, the freedom of expression, the right to petition your government for redress of grievances. But I also understand what treason and sedition is. When people are standing up and talking about death to America on American streets, I got a problem with that. And you should have a problem with that too, because this is about your safety and security. When you hear people talk about 1.5 to 2 million gotaways, people that we know have come across the border, but we don't know who they are, we don't know where they are, you should be very concerned. Because it only took 3,000 on October the 7th of 2023. It only took how many on 9/11? 12. And now we're talking about millions that have come across this border. And yes, we know that there are people on the terrorist watch list that have come across this border. So I want to see young people understand these issues. I think it is important that we study these issues. But as I said earlier, those young people that are out there protesting, if they had been at that peace music festival, they would have been killed also.
This sounds like the right's version of the left saying we need to censor hate speech. Now, don't get me wrong. If you're in America illegally or you're not American and you're saying death to America, yeah, you need to get sent back where you came. I would never go visit or go live in another country and then scream death to that country. That would be insane. If you're an American, Republican, or Democrat, I think we should be careful when it comes to censoring each other because it starts with DTA. Next thing you know, you can't criticize Donald Trump. I don't want to see the right start to become everything they talked about on the left. Like how Elon Musk ran under the America First movement and then said we need to bring in more East Asians to fill in the tech jobs, it sounds a lot like what the Democrats were saying about Venezuelans in the labor jobs. I don't know, just the white collar version of that. Now that the right's in power, they have to be very careful about being the thing that they said they didn't like about the left. We don't need to criminalize Americans saying DTA. We should have a social stigma against it, and we should promote patriotism so we can have a collective identity in America again.
The reason why Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy want H-1B visa workers is because they can exploit them better.
Lower wages, right.
And Elon did this with Twitter. He went to Twitter and he fired like what? 50% of the staff, right? Immediately, day one. He fired all those people. The only employees he retained, he kept, were H-1B visa workers. Why did he do that? Because those guys, if they get fired, they're going to get deported. So now you can force those guys to fucking stay there all day, every day, sleep at the office. They're basically indentured servants. That's what Elon Musk wants. That's what wealthy people want. They want to be able to get the most amount of time and productivity out of each individual employee. And the more vulnerable you are, the fear of deportation, the easier it is for your boss to turn around and be like, all right, I'm calling you up at 10 p.m. on a Friday afternoon. Oh, you got a fucking family emergency? You better get your ass in the office right now. I got to.
Asking the question today, should vaccines be mandated?
In terms of getting people healthy, let's get them outside and vitamin D. Let's mandate healthy fisheries so we all get healthy vitamin D sources. Let's mandate organic foods. Let's mandate regenerative farms. Let's change the subsidies from McDonald's and all these GMOs to organic farms and these beautiful small companies we see here. There's so much more to health that we can mandate that other than injecting something that is completely experimental, and there's so many alternatives and there's so much money involved.
Right.
And so granted, the people have to rise because money will move, unless we move.
That's what the Democratic Party used to be all about, and it's funny because if she said that nowadays, they'd call her Hitler. We need to bring the old Democratic Party back because we need that balance. They have slid into insanity. Let me know in the comments below if this video was a W or L, and give me the HBO special. That's Help Brother Out special. Hit the like and the subscribe button for more content. Till next time.